Hey everybody, it's John Perotti and Matt King with the King team of Kentwood Real Estate. We're here in Louisville, Colorado at Crystal Springs Brewing Company, just enjoying the beautiful Colorado weather that we're having, as well as some frosty brews. Join us as we discuss what's going on in Louisville, some of the commercial development that's going on, as well as just other happenings in the town.
When talking about commercial in the area, we mentioned this in the residential. There's not a whole lot of development coming. There is some land, there is some farmland in Louisville that's still undeveloped. You kind of hope that stays the course, but that is kind of like the potential out there if there was future development. There really isn't too many major projects coming. The biggest is Conoco Phillips. It's a 420-acre site about right at the Northwest Parkway and Boulder Turnpike, that they've talked about redeveloping for years. That is still kind of like you'll see things where it's like up, and then it kind of sets back. So in terms of big time commercial, that is where a lot of the potential is. There are some little things, little pockets, redeveloping items around downtown. But other than that, it's little pockets here and there.
Yeah, and for those that don't know where the Conoco Phillips location is, I know that you mentioned where it is off of Interlochen and US 36. Some of the people that have been in this area for quite a bit longer would know it as the Storage Tech site.
Storage Tech.
So when Storage Tech left the area, they pretty much tore down all of the buildings, and it's just one big open site. Conoco Phillips came in to take it over. They had originally planned like a big R&D center there, and then that kind of fell by the wayside. So now they're looking to redeveloping, and there's some rumors of different developments, but it is part of their planning session.
They need to figure out the Northwest Parkway before doing that too. I mean, that if they're going to do the whole full circle, they need to figure out how they're going to do that, because they're running out of room over there.
Yeah, and that's going to take a couple municipalities to allow that to go through, so there's still a lot of debate that would be needed for that. I'm not holding my breath, but I would really like it if Northwest Parkway would connect all the way down to Golden. And then you could cut out having to go down 287 and all the traffic and everything.
That's a half hour
a lot,
at less than the mountains.
Yep. So, but you were mentioning that there are some small pockets of commercial development that are going on, and when you look at the city website, you can see what kind of permits have been applied for and whatnot. And when you look at the map, they're very small sections. It's where they're looking to basically amend a lot of the product that's already there, or the buildings or the zoning uses of it. A couple of the bigger ones that they have, back in 2006, they did do their urban rejuvenation corridor for Highway 42 all the way up until the east side of Main Street here, so we're kind of in that section, and they've already been working on that quite a bit, and you can tell when you drive down Highway 42 where the baseball fields are. You've got some where the Moe's Bagel is, some apartment complexes that went in right in that area.
As they're calling it. Yeah, that's their downtown Louisville project, and that you walk, you do go over there. There's some vacancies, but that is definitely something that has a lot of potential for them.
Yep, and they've definitely put a focus on it as we're enjoying right now on Main Street. We are reaping the rewards of that development project that they had, that the city had recognized as needing to just kind of bring everything back up, bring some more businesses in, and just kind of rejuvenate the area.
A lot of small town feel.
Yep.
A lot of small town feel. I mean, that is what Louisville has.
I mean, look at just the trees behind us. It's large mature trees, and we are in their downtown area. It's very small town feel, but they've got melting pot.
Yeah, a little posh down.
You've got some of the posh establishments. If we go right behind Crystal Springs, there's an ice cream shop there that the last time I saw lines like that was when I was in Cape Cod during the tourism season in the summer, where you've got lines out the door looking for some way to cool down. So
it's a very Marin County, Northern California. It's got like that little that small town, and like I said, posh.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of both, and it's very popular for a lot of Northern Californians that move this way, especially in Boulderites that are looking for a little more room, come out this way too.
Yep. And then the other area that they're looking at doing the redevelopment of is right along the McAllister Corridor. So I kind of look at Louisville as, I split it up just for me personally. I split Louisville up into two different areas. You've got the South Boulder Road corridor, then you've got McCaslin and 36. That's just kind of the two major thoroughfares that cut you through the town or around the border of the town. But McCaslin, you've got the area where the Sam's Club used to be.
Yeah.
And that's a major site that has been vacant since, I can't remember the exact date, I think it was like 2010, 2013, something of that nature. But the city's identified it as not being kept up to standard. There's nobody maintaining the building.
Yeah.
You're losing a lot of the retail around it. And so they've identified that as a problem area, and they want to bolster that area. So there's still plans in the works of how they can either repurpose that building. It's pretty expensive to tear it down and redevelop. However, I don't think it's off the table based on the plans that I read. But they're looking at checking to see what they can do with that area. It's a major site. It is in the downtown McCaslin area where you've got your Home Depot, your Lowe's, your Kohl's, and all of that.
And I'll jump in because we're not talking about Superior, but Superior, their downtown section is right across the highway, so that is going to that's going to be just one.
Yes.
It's going to be tight together.
Yep.
And that is why it makes sense for Louisville, even though it might not appeal to most of Louisville, because it's literally on the bottom corner edge of it, but it will drive traffic from other areas, which means tax dollars.
Yep, and some of the stuff that I saw, some of the ideas was that the neighborhood would be calling for smaller retailers. You might be able to get more of your mom and pop shops, or maybe something like a 29th Street where you've got little boutique shops all around, not necessarily just one big box store, because box stores right now are not the thing. You look at the general area in Broomfield and Superior and whatnot, your Great Indoors left, your Best Buy left, and even closer still, we're talking about with Louisville, your Sam's Club is gone. So, they're looking at other things like potentially having a hotel, which also brings a little bit more tourism towards Louisville. You can get some of that, the Colorado lifestyle by staying here. And so a lot of plans in the air, but that is one large area that they are looking to redevelop and try to revitalize that section. So we'd like to thank you for joining us this week in our Louisville segment, or series for that matter. If you are looking at purchasing a home or selling a home, feel free to give us a call. King Team is always here to help you out. On behalf of the King Team, myself, Jonathan Prati, Matt King, and Paula, we'd like to say cheers and thank you, and we'll see you next time.